it good be? Hopefully it's what it should be. This your boy N-O-R-E.
What up, it's DJ EFN.
And this Drink Chat's motherfucking podcast. Make some noise! And right now, when we talk about hip-hop royalty, when we talk about a person who stood this test of times, talk about a person who faced the jail and adversity and the streets and everything and stood here and still here right now, relevant, has a beautiful family, promotes that. A person that is still at the test of time, has just dropped the album today, goddammit. Today, goddammit, and I'm talking about, I listen to this shit all morning. And you know, when people drop music and they come here, I want to listen to it and I want to hurry up. I didn't want to hurry up at all. I didn't want to hurry up at all. I wanted to take my time. And then you got Dave Chappelle narrating the whole knock of the mean. God damn it, he was smart. Because even if you want to fast forward, you better not fast forward. You're gonna miss a Dave Chappelle skit, nigga. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, motherfucking king of the South, the trap king himself, motherfucking T.I.'s in the building, man. Man,
hey, Nora, can you come with me and introduce me?
On the road?
Really, look,
On the road.
Just when I'm coming home, I want you to introduce me just like that when I'm walking in the house so my kids will get ready.
Don't get nothing up, boy.
I got you.
When he gets home,
that was dope, man. I appreciate that.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm so proud of you because I seen the beginning, you know what I'm saying? I was a guy who got to be out before you, and I got a chance, and I got to see people come out, come and go, and a lot of people haven't been through the diversities you've been through, haven't been, and you're still here. And when I listened to this album, I really wanted to hear you not being hungry. Like I really cause I know the blessed life that we live.
Right.
And you could have shortchanged. You could have said, you know what, every bar, like you were serious about this.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you before you answer that. This is called dime trap, right?
Yeah.
Cause you know why? Like, and my Spanish accent made me say dime trap. I said, holy moly, this nigga done did a reggaeton on us, dime trap.
That should be a remix.
No, cause he got a record with Meek Mill, and y'all are kicking that Spanish. So, okay, let's just take it from the beginning, right? Because I know we had you on the Dream Champs a couple of other times, so we're going to focus on this album. Okay. This is what we're going to do on this one. So, what made you wanna do dime trap?
Well, first, it's my 10th album.
10th album, okay, I had that correct.
Hence the dime. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And
dime, I didn't think of that. Though. It's your 10th album.
And trap music, man, you know, that's the lifestyle that we have showcased to the world that has become so prevalent to the day. It's actually the 15th anniversary of trap music. Wow. August 19th.
Congratulations.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow.
Well, congratulations to you too.
Cool.
And so I wanted to do something that was commemorative to trap music, like the evolution of trap music. And that's where I came up with dime trap.
So you go in and one of the standout tracks, which I would have thought was gonna be the single, and then it turned out that I'll click on today, and it is the video. You and what is it, Ballin' in the Rafe?
Yeah, Rafe, yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, broke niggas is gonna go crazy today.
Hey man, that's what it's for, man. You know what I'm saying? It's an ambitious, like a celebratory record. You know what I'm saying? Something that you can strive towards and you can aspire to achieve that goal. I think every dope boy in America, if you can ride in a Rafe and go have your way and do what you want to do, man, you living. You know what I mean? So I just wanted that record to represent that to the people.
And you brought Yo Gotti along.
Yeah,
Is that the first time y'all worked, or y'all worked together?
Nah, man, we done worked back and forth together on a few things, but it's the first time he's been on one of my albums. Yeah.
Okay. Now, how was that?
Man, it was amazing, man. Gotti's the homie. He's actually somebody who I consider like one of my little bros, and
You is an OG out here.
I mean,
you look 23, but you an OG.
I'm fortunate, man.
You goddamn it. Hold on, we gonna toast to UTI.
We're
gonna toast to UTI because goddamn it, you out here. I was looking for the slip up, and I said you ain't gonna slip up. Like you ain't gonna. And you rich as shit. Like
what you mean?
What the fuck didn't make you like?
Man, I'm out here, man. I'm out the quest to be dope. Still, is that's why I wake up in the morning. Wake up to brush my teeth, get fresh and go do some dope shit.
Right.
Like that's you know, that's what get me out of bed.
Get everybody out of bed.
You
We all need-
did.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Were you inspired by the albums that came out this summer? Because I think it's like,
I was already goddamn like
Oh, you was
pretty
already
like
into it.
I led deep in mine by then. I don't allow myself to be encumbered by the thoughts of what other artists are doing. I just do me, you know what I'm saying? I can't get wrapped up in what nobody else doing. Cause whatever they doing, that's tailor-made for them. You know what I mean? What I'm doing is gonna be tailor-made for me.
right. Now, how does Dave Chappelle come a part of this? Because, like, again, I actually seen the Instagram
Right,
of you guys talking.
right.
And then I thought it was one skit. And then I seen another Instagram of you guys talking. Then I listened to the album and I was like,
Right.
that is genius.
Right.
What you did, because like, that's two greats coming together, and although this is your album,
Right.
it's still like if you love Dave Chappelle, you're gonna be
Man.
tuned the fuck in.
I mean, absolutely, he the homie, man.
And he ain't have to do that.
Nah, hell nah, he ain't have to do it. There's a million other things he could have been doing, man. I mean, we always get together, man, whether, you know, I go to his show if he's in town, or he comes to one of my shows if I'm in town or whatever. But after the show, we always had these epic, monumental, like these whimsical evenings, you know what I'm saying? So during one of these evenings, I just played the album for him, and the next morning, dazed and confused in a drunken stupor, I wake up and see that he had texted me saying, yo, the shit you were playing was dope. So that's when I shot my shot. You know, like, well, yo, why don't we get together?
Oh, you hadn't planned it?
Nah.
Okay.
I was like, why don't we get together and see what we can come up with?
Okay.
And then he was like, man, I'm coming to Atlanta, you know, and he came and we got in the studio and really just effortlessly knocked some shit out.
Now, on one of the tracks, you said one of the coldest shit I ever heard. You said one of these dudes did something to one of your partners or something. You said you thought about bailing the nigga out just to get him. I'm not gonna lie, I had never heard of no shit like that. I ain't gonna lie, that's some cold-blooded shit. Make some noise to that. I was sitting there this morning listening to that. I said, damn, I had to think about that one. I said, hold on. The nigga said he gonna bail him out.
That's hella smart.
I ain't gonna front. You a different type of smartness. But how can a thought like that even come to your mind? Is that a real situation, or that was like, you know, made up, or we gotta move on? If we gotta move on, just let me know, 'cause I'm a street nigga. Yeah, like, cool. Yeah, definitely, man. So Dave Chappelle was on the album, right?
Yeah, we had a good time.
Okay, but The Weeknd, another one of my favorite joints. Because at first when I heard it, I thought The Weeknd was on there, but then I realized that y'all was talking about the actual Weeknd.
Right.
You and
and Swiss Beats did that one.
Swiss Beats did
Yeah.
that. Swiss Beats is on fire right now.
Yeah, man.
So,
that's the OG.
how did like working with Young Thug? Because I remember at one point, Young Thug was receiving criticism, and I would believe you came up and said, "Hey, OGs, we was the same at that time."
Yeah.
And is that how you and Young Thug
at
formed
least
that?
for the stuff, you know, he being criticized for most
Right.
of it.
Right.
You know, I mean, Thug like a little brother to me too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? The first record, when we first met each other, the first record we did was About the Money.
All about the money.
Yeah, that was the very first record, and ever since then, man, we've been locked in, and every time we get a chance to work together, man, we're gonna bring something very special to the table. But I did feel like everybody was criticizing him for doing the shit that everybody else had already did. Like, you know what I'm saying? He wore a dress, man, 3,000 wore a dress.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, there's so many other people out there
Right.
who, you know, just because it's happening again in this generation, doesn't mean that we get to frown upon it like this the first time we ever seen it.
Right.
You know, the Isley Brothers used to be dressed weird back in the day. Parliament Funkadelics.
And
You know
R.
what I'm
Kelly
saying?
ran up in the Isley Brothers girl too. Remember that. Let's not forget that. I don't know. T.I. brought it out of me.
What the hell is going on in the sheets in my home?
Yeah, R. Kelly sitting there chest naked. What the hell you real? You don't remember that video? I seen that the other day. I was like, you know, the Isley Brothers and R. Kelly caught up
Mr.
with
Big.
the girl.
They had a whole.
They had a trilogy or something.
Man, they had a 19-part saga.
Look. So, one of the things before I get back to the album is, I expected to hear Lil Wayne on this album for some reason.
Right on.
Was I wrong, or is everything not like?
I mean, man, I still look at Wayne as a brother.
Have y'all spoke since?
Nah, we ain't spoke. We ain't spoke, but the love is there. We ain't spoke, but the love is there. When we see each other, I still celebrate his success and wish him the absolute best. I'm still close to. Yeah, I heard it. It's dope.
Yeah,
I think it's dope. I think it's extremely dope. I think he gave us what we've been waiting for.
You think like you know, throughout the years you've been dropping, like last time we seen you had dropped your click. You constantly staying out there, but
You mean the Hustle Gang?
Yeah, the Hustle Gang.
Yeah.
But constantly staying out there. Wayne had took a crazy break. You think that it was crazy that his fans just stood there and waited for him? Like that's a.
Nah, man.
You expected that?
I mean, yeah, legends never die. Sleeping, like I always speak to my kids about sleeping giants. Cause my kids, they think they know what I'm saying, they know what's hip and what's what's going on right now. And we'll just have discussions about certain people in rap. They be like, man, he cold, man. He done felt like, nah, bro, listen, that man's a giant. And like Eminem, we had this discussion about Eminem, as a matter of fact. And,
you and your kids?
Yeah, me and my kids. Like I think around the time he dropped the first one.
Okay.
Revival. Yeah, Revival.
Okay.
And I think, they was like, man, Eminem, man, he done lost. I say, hey, listen, don't you ever fix your fucking face to say no dumb shit.
Right.
This man's a motherfucking sleeping giant. There's people like M, Jay, Wayne, myself, Kanye, you know what I'm saying? It's certain people you can't never count out, no matter how Outkast, Andre 3000, you know what I'm saying? Just people like, whenever they cannot drop some shit for 10 years, they drop some shit, it's going, Stevie Wonder, Rolling Stones, you know what I'm saying? There's certain motherfuckers you just got to understand that whenever the stars in the moon align, when they feel like giving you their best, and it comes, it's gonna go up. You know what I mean? And I just always, I think it's dope right now. There's a lot of us, you know what I'm saying, is back in our bag.
It seems like everyone is motivated from each other. Cause like I believe that what is this, 2018, correct? I believe that this is one of the greatest eras of music. We're not gonna say it because we're living in it.
Right.
And it's just like, I was hearing you on the album, you kept speaking about the 90s, but like as people were living in the 90s, we weren't saying the 90s was dope. Yeah, we were just saying, yo, we living in the fuck. But I think this is one of the greatest eras of music. The only thing that is fucked up is how disposable music is, meaning a person will be on the album for a week or two or three, and then next week, if you're lucky, if you're lucky, and that's the only thing about it. But there's so much great music that came out this year that I think some of it will eventually be overlooked.
Yeah, shout out to Nipsey Hussle.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? The Victory Lap was an excellent album.
J-Rock's album.
J-Rock album, absolutely. Travis Scott had a phenomenal album.
That was
you know what I'm saying? You got so many people, man, did their thing. Lil Baby had a dope album this year. Gunna.
I thought Lil Baby and Gunna's together.
They actually now, well, see, you know what I'm saying? They actually separate, but they did a collaboration project.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right, cool. I'm an old nigga, T.I. I don't know.
Man, it's all right, man. We got two options: get old or die young. You know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you some crazy shit. You got two of my best Breakfast Club quotes. One when you said people don't think that you can't be a trapper,
right?
A march.
Right.
I forget what else, but it was like 4 different things.
Diversity is key.
Diversity, and we need more of that. Like we need more of a person that, because at the end of the day, if even when I was growing up and the person told me to go upstairs, if he wasn't respected, I ain't listening to him telling me to go upstairs. You understand what I'm saying? But now the gangster tell me, go upstairs, I know your mom's. I'm flying the fuck upstairs. And I thought about that when you said that. I said, yo, I think we need more of that. Do you think?
Man, it's hard to say. We need more genuine men who just like unapologetic about pressing their line. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully. And I think it's a lot of men right now that have a lot of physical power, but they don't have the mental discernment to distinguish when it's time to actually enforce and you know, take advantage of this power. I think that's the thing. We need discernment. We need more people who can estimate, like, it ain't even worth instilling this or inflicting this amount of authority on the situation. You know what I mean?
Right. So, and another person that when I think of trap, immediately is Jeezy.
Right.
Right? And that could have easily been like a discrepancy between y'all two. Like he could have been like, I'm the trap dude or you the trap dude, but y'all easily get along.
I mean, man,
Perfectly.
we brothers. You know, we have a lot of experience and history together. You know, I knew him like before he really took his real, establishes his true position. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I can say the shit that he say is real. You know what I mean? And I was when I actually met him, he was coming into a position where he would buzz and people were hearing his name, and I knew him from a mutual acquaintance that happens to, you know, be in the lifestyle. And when I met him, it kind of he reminded me like what I would have been if I hadn't have got signed. You dig what I'm saying? It kind of felt like, yo, man, this is the exact position you be in. You know what I'm saying? So the things that you learn, you should share. And you know, the first thing I told him was, you got to pick a side.
Why do y'all South niggas take care of each other more than any other coast?
I don't know.
I ain't gonna lie. Can y'all spread that like to anybody?
I don't know,
South,
bro.
Y'all really do take care of the South.
I look at all of them like my, you know what I'm saying, like my brothers. You know, unless, you know what I'm saying, unless that sentiment isn't reciprocated. And then even then it's live and let live. You know what I'm saying?
It felt like this region musically was being suppressed for so long. People in like New York and LA or whatever. That finally when the South came up, it felt like everybody wanted to.
Y'all all on top of each other. See, we got enough
I'm
space
Miami,
where,
so
you know what I'm saying?
He's Miami.
I don't even have to see you if I don't want to.
He said he's in Miami.
Yeah, no, I'm Miami.
He claimed y'all immediately.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we're different kind of South in Miami.
But even still, y'all all on top of each other.
We all top of each
y'all
other, yes.
got, you know what I'm saying? And we have a little more space to roam and, you know, and stretch our limbs out without touching each other.
Because it seems like even when y'all bump shoulders or whatever, y'all work that out real fast. Like even like back in the days with you and Ludacris, like whatever it was, but it got worked out real fast, and then y'all was on like a picture together, like in front of a house.
I mean, that because it wasn't really, it didn't stem from nothing.
You know what it is with New York? Once we have beef, it's one person who talks to one person, and then we never hear it from the other guy. We hear it from everybody else.
Why don't y'all ever just say, man, come here, let me holler at you?
I don't know. We're gonna figure this out right now. This is what we're doing right now. We're gonna spread this message right here. But you know what we're gonna do? Look, this is Tiger Bone. We're gonna celebrate you tonight. This is Tiger Bone. We're gonna celebrate. This is a Drink Champs tradition. Look.
I know, but what is it though?
It's herbs.
It's herbs. It's ginseng. It's ginseng. Don't worry, this is for you. This is for your 10th album, Dime Trap. Man. We are celebrating the king,
Only
the trap
him.
god,
Cheers,
the trap god, T.I. tonight. Goddamn, it's making noise.
That shit is horrible.
It's terrible.
It's disgusting.
It's terrible.
It's fucking disgusting.
It's terrible.
It's bad.
It's terrible. Thank you,
It's
T.I. for being
It's supposed
real.
to help something though.
Listen, this is how we know our guest is real, because some guests will be here like that. Oh, that's nice.
Nah.
And then they start sweating. Little
That shit's
nigga,
fucking terrible.
nigga, that ain't nice at all.
No.
So, okay.
Also, you know what, man? Speaking of, you know, the anniversary of trap music, man. In Atlanta, we opened the trap music.
Museum. I wanted to talk. Yeah.
Is it Trapioki?
No, trap karaoke. We
Trapioke.
did that a few weeks ago, a couple weeks ago. But nah, we actually opened a museum dedicated to trap music.
God damn it.
Yeah.
God damn it. You heard Tupac is alive?
Suge Knight's son said that.
Rumblings of such.
Suge Knight's
He's
son.
been in Cuba forever.
No, Malaysia. They
The Cuba one's the one that.
Nah, I seen the
Listen,
Malaysia
all the
one.
time.
You ain't
I
seen-
would have rather heard the story without the fake Photoshop picture.
Did you see the photos? That was crazy.
Now the Photoshop picture made me not want to hear the story, but I just wait till he pull up on me. It don't cost me nothing to see. I got to see it in person.
Now, are you an internet guy? Like, is that where you get your information from? Or?
I mean, you can't help but receive
help,
information, you know.
That's true.
But that's not my source of it. If I'm looking for something, you know what I'm saying, I usually call someone who I think's more knowledgeable than me on the subject. And if they direct me to the internet, well, then I'll go.
Now, what label this is on? This is on
It's on Grand Hustle.
Grand Hustle, straight up.
I mean, well, you know, I have a partnership with Epic.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I have a partnership with Epic, and they've been phenomenal partners, man. You know what I mean?
Okay.
They got in the trenches with me, and you know, we banged.
Sylvia Rome?
Yeah.
Okay, because they got LA Reid up out of there after Me Too.
I really don't know what happened.
Right.
I don't know what happened. I just know
that's the homie I seen him the other day.
Yeah, I love LA. He was the first person to sign me. Nothing but great things to say about him. But Sylvia Rome is the person that, you know what I'm saying, that I'm dealing with.
Right. Now, you being a representative of not just young black successful men, not just people from the ghetto, not just a hip hop. Like, I just feel like you're a representative of us, of a struggle.
Thank you.
Like, and you have proper language.
Thank you.
Is there something positive about Donald Trump that we can say? Like,
I mean, there can be no positive without negative or negative without positive. You dig?
okay, that went over my head.
Nothing is 100% negative. There's some good
Like
in
Dave
everything.
Chappelle said, everything I say is the truth.
and that's a lie.
But it's all
and that's the motherfucking truth.
yeah. Well, go ahead, continue. I'm
Nah,
sorry.
I mean, so.
You can tell I listened to the album, nigga. I studied it. Go ahead.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I mean, just to be honest with you, it'll be the financial gain that comes from, you know, programs like the opportunity zones and tax credits for rich people, but you know what I'm saying, it ain't worth the payback of disrespect.
Yeah, all the baggage that
You know what I
comes with
mean? I'd rather pay the money. I'd rather, you know, to have our lives be valued and respected, and to be treated fairly and equally. I'd rather just charge me for equality. We should be able to pay an equality bill.
That's hard. That's hard. Everybody though, or just us?
Man, nah, but that should be subsidized. You should get a grant from the government to keep your equality bill paid.
Because it was one thing the other day, and he said, we are being accused of
Trump?
things. Yeah, he was like, we are being accused of things that we're not doing, and we're guilty until innocent. And everyone
We're talking
posted
about the
this.
Kavanaugh stuff.
And I don't know what he was talking about. I'm sorry.
But that's just like when he said you shouldn't be able to flip.
Oh yeah, he
You
said
shouldn't
like,
be
he said
able to
like the
flip.
snitch shit.
Yeah,
Listen,
rats,
man.
yeah.
Like,
As much as
He's all
I
over the
agree with what he said, theoretically, it's been happening to us for years. Now all of a sudden it get to be your turn,
Yeah, niggas said
and
you
it
can't
shouldn't be happening no
Snitching is
more. Man, what the
whack.
fuck? You know what I'm saying? My whole case started from an informant.
Right.
And I had to go through mine. If I would have came to you and say, hey man, snitches should be bad, you say, man, get the fuck on, do your time.
Okay, well, you got a lot of cases, T.I. So what case are we talking about? The BET?
The only federal.
Okay. And so that started from an informant. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. But wow. Okay, I wasn't ready.
What?
I wasn't ready. That's the one that had like 1,900 guns.
Yeah, it was the dude who was my security. He was
okay.
suggesting to me that I buy firearms from him, legitimately. And you know, he ended up turning around trying to make more money and bought firearms from the ATF. And when he got caught, he said, "No, it's not mine. These are for my boss." And he brought them to me.
Now you're one of the dudes that got accused of like people saying that you was telling. And
59458-019 is my number.
Right.
You can pull up my plea agreement. There is no Rule 35.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, you scaved away. People realize that wasn't you.
I didn't
but
escape
at first,
away. I didn't escape away.
No. I'm talking about you got away clean. What I'm saying.
Who got away clean?
Like I'm talking about people in the streets. At first, the streets because when
because it was false.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. That's the point I'm trying to
Because it was false.
All right.
If I would tell it, and if I told on you, you was in time if you was in jail doing time because of me, when you call your cousins and say, hey man, Tip told on me. He put me here.
But why you think in our community we are so quick to do that? Like if a person,
Well, I will say this.
because in our community,
It was handled exceptionally.
right.
But it cost me $8 million, $10 million to
Wow,
get it. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like,
See, people don't know that part.
well, shit. I had a $3 million bond. You know what I'm saying? I had 6 lawyers charging me. Well, no, not 6. 5. I had 5 lawyers charging
Y'all
me
here like
$250,000,
Let's make some noise,
half a
goddammit.
million.
This nigga out here with the dirty Cochran team, goddammit. I'll get to y'all. Goddamn.
It didn't happen. That wasn't. It didn't happen. You know, haphazardly. That was.
Right.
It was strategic,
Right.
and it was costly,
Right.
and I made it.
And you made it, goddammit. We
Due
salute
to the
you,
grace of
goddammit.
God. No, thank you, because without y'all, I wouldn't have been able to pay for none of that shit.
Goddammit. And,
You know what I'm saying?
and did you just recently get arrested in your crib? Like,
Yeah, I
that was
did.
hard. What happened? Was you drunk in your own crib?
No, I wasn't.
Okay, what happened? What had happened?
I may have had a drink, but
You all right, so what happened was?
I don't really want to talk about it.
You don't want to talk about? Because
Nah,
I ain't gonna
nah,
lie,
nah,
you was
I'm just
articulate
joking.
in the cell when they asked
Nah.
you said, sir, what am I being prosecuted for? I said, this nigga is articulate in the cell. This nigga is hell. Word up.
Nah, you gotta wait when you know with some cameras with somebody. You gotta get out the door.
And I heard that guy got fired too.
I ain't finna do no. You talking about the policeman, or are you speaking of
The security guard
shack?
who called?
I hadn't seen him since.
You hadn't seen him since. Yeah. So
You
what?
know.
He think that was your house or
Man,
something?
really, man, nah, that's not what happened. What happened was I pulled up, and he was asleep.
Oh.
You know, it's a golf course community. You have gates, and you have guards, and you know, you check in, and when they see you, they see who you are, they let you in, so on and so forth. This particular gentleman was sleeping when I pull up to the guard gate. He's sleeping. So I'm on the phone FaceTiming with my old lady, and I show her on my FaceTime, look, this motherfucker sleep. And he wake up in the middle of me, and he caught. So now he's shocked, he's in shock. And his first response is not to let me in immediately, is to project that frustration, that embarrassment on me. You know, I guess he was figuring if I misconduct myself, it'll be more about me and less about him being asleep. So finally we go back and forth, and then my wife called him, tell him to let me in. He finally let me in, and I said, nah, you know what, I'm gonna walk back. So I walked back, and I asked him to step outside so I could speak to him and we could clear it all up.
Okay.
He chooses not to. They call the police. The police come there, and instead of assessing the situation and finding out what's going on, their answer to the question of the circumstances was to arrest me.
Wow.
There was a racist man didn't want to see me talking about how much money I paid for my house.
Right.
And he thought that, you know, as he said on camera, that I thought my shit didn't stink.
Right.
And for that reason, he arrested me.
God damn it. And your house is like the size of a project that's clean. It's fantastic. It makes some noise. T.I., goddammit. They waving us to tell us you gotta go. But I wanna get into one more drink before we get up out of here. You featuring Tiana Tell. Let's get into that.
That's an important record for me because I think that it's very important that we remind ourselves that it's something wrong with everybody. You know, none of us are perfect, so none of us should expect perfection from people. And being overly judgmental and hypocritical of people when you have your own conflicts and your own challenges in life that you're working through is counterproductive. You know what I'm saying? And I just, you know, I felt I should speak on it. And Tiana, she, you know what I'm saying, she has a phenomenal way of putting the exclamation point on the message.
Oh, see what? That's what you just that text me was that? Oh, I didn't say that. I was good. You gotta relax. You gotta relax, all right? I thought you was rushing me for the interview. My bad. I thought they was okay. I'm trying to be on point. I gotta respect you out here. And you've been now another thing. This is another quote that I love. What you said. You said people they respect the come up.
Right.
The fall
And the comeback.
and the comeback. I think that's gonna be the name of my next album. Oh my God damn it.
The rise, the fall, and the rise
the fall
again.
and the comeback. Oh wait, the rise, the fall,
The
and
rise, the fall, and the comeback.
and the comeback. Yo, that shit is crazy. Like,
I mean, that's when you're the underdog. They root for you. They root for you. Build up, you know, your esteem and your acclaim.
Right.
And once you've gotten too big, they start hating on you. They get tired of seeing you. They sick of you. They want.
is that what you think?
You winning too much.
Right.
Let somebody else eat. That's when you start hearing that.
Right.
Let somebody else eat. Then, oh boy, you got all the paper. You know that when
Right.
you done got too big.
Is that what you think that when you started running to law enforcement problems, or that was separate? That was a
No,
separate
I think I had a separate issue. I think I had an entirely separate set of
'Cause
problems
you
that
also
I was dealing with internally. I was still like, I would eyebrow deep in the bullshit, you
Right.
know what I'm saying? And I was living crazy, and I just allowed myself to be susceptible to that type of nonsense.
You ever got Hollywood? Like,
Yeah, of course I did.
well, let's hear about it.
I made millions of dollars. Of course I have. Of course I have.
Yeah, he put,
Hey,
yo, his
look
pinky
at my
came out.
pinky.
The first
Look at my pinky. You see
the
me?
first time in the whole interview, the pinky came out. But
Of course. Of course
let's
I've
talk
been
about that
incredibly
time, and
Hollywood.
let's talk about what you had to do to get out of it. What made
I
you
went to
catch-
prison to get out of it.
Oh, yo, damn, nigga.
I went to prison to get out of it.
Damn, that's
That was a
that's a
buzzkill.
that's a humbling situation.
I went twice just to make sure I got it all out the system.
I brought the humility
God
out.
damn it.
Just to make sure I got it all out the system, I went twice. You know what I mean? Just to make sure we get all this stuff cleaned out. Let's make sure it's flushed out well.
But people don't realize how hard it is, man. T.I., we come from the hood. We selling drugs. We know that life leads to just two different options.
Sure.
We start writing these words and playing with these words, and these words work. And there's no book to say how to hold your money, what to do when you spend your money.
But crack taught us how, being a drug dealer taught us how to handle money.
And
Being a drug dealer taught us.
It taught you don't trust everybody.
It taught, but even more so, it taught you how, you know, manufacturing, distribution, profit and loss. You know what I'm saying?
Even marketing and promotion.
You had to create a demand, supply that demand. You know what I'm saying? You expand. You know, acquisitions. You go and, you know, take over a block. Mergers. You do a deal with some guys and y'all share a block. You know what I'm saying? All these different types of business structures we learned from selling crack.
Yeah.
And I always say, man, you know, like I said, there can be no bad with some good. Is destructive and as horrendous as the crack era was, it showed us how to be businessmen. There would not have been a Master P without the crack era. There would not
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z. There would not have been a Jay-Z. Listen.
Yep.
Easy E wouldn't have had the money to put Dr. Dre in the studio if it wasn't for
Press up the
selling
records
crack.
himself, yeah.
Woo.
You did.
That's real shit.
Crack paid for that. You know what I mean? God bless Easy E, but Dr. Dre a billionaire, champ.
Right.
That started from crack.
Right. That's all. Come on, goddammit. Slow clap. Slow clap.
It all leads back to crack.
There's a lot of other bad shit that happened from crack.
A lot
but
of bad
let's
shit
not talk about
happened.
that.
But let's focus on the good. Let's focus on the good. That's what the trap
You
music
found the
museum
one
does.
small good part.
That's
of
what
it.
That's what the Trap
Music
Music Museum,
Museum
the Trap
is.
Music Museum does just that. We focus on the positive message that comes from us surviving
Right.
those circumstances, enduring that environment, overcoming it, and taking our experiences, setting it to music.
Right.
You know, packaging it as philosophical presentations that the world now tunes into. The same way the Mafia had their time,
Right.
and everybody was tuned in to the
Right.
Mafia.
Right.
Now they tuned into the crack era.
Right.
And trap music is a direct result of the crack era.
So as the trap music god, I'm just trying to put in,
You know, titles don't really impress me. God, Emperor, King, Sultan, you know, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? I'm a contributor, and I feel like, you know, I'm on the board of what happened back then.
that was some Dominican shit right there, man.
Bro, get
Yo,
the
get
director's
out of here
chair.
with the Dominican shit right there, man.
Trying to be
Listen, man.
Spike Lee
Come
on
on.
it.
So as a person, I just want to put something out there. In 1997, I dropped the album called The War Report, right?
Okay.
And on The War Report, I had a song called Laundromat Trap.
Right.
Right? And on that record, I said, Laundromat Trap, keep the loot in Iraq. Iraq see the world see Iraq. And I kept saying Laundromat Trap.
Right.
Right? I didn't mean the trap.
Okay.
I meant actual money.
Right.
That's what we was calling the trap back then.
Yeah.
I feel like I should get a little bit of like.
You want a royalty?
Man, listen.
No, I just want T.I. to co-sign it. I'm gonna make sure you get the album.
Get all
Make
of
sure
it.
Publishing off of that?
I don't want nothing. I just want a little bit of recognition.
You get all of it.
Like,
listen.
I just want to be in a
Back
trap
in
museum in
93.
the little corner in the trap
you
museum.
wanna be in the trap
We have to expand.
You gotta expand.
We gotta
you gotta have a New York
expand.
nigga in there.
Absolutely. We gotta
and as the
expand.
first nigga from New York that said trap. Now they use trap a completely different way. I don't want to act like I used it y'all way.
Nah, I ain't even tripping on that,
Yeah.
brother. We all share this earth together.
That's what I'm talking about,
You
T.I.
dig what I'm saying?
That's what I'm talking. I'm gonna be in a trap museum somewhere.
You know
God
what
damn it,
I'm
make some
saying?
noise for me in a trap museum.
Is the trap museum a fixed build, like a fixed museum, or is it a pop-up?
What you trying to say? It's open indefinitely.
That's dope.
It's open indefinitely.
Indefinitely.
As long as it can sustain the budget of keeping it open from
Right.
month to month, we're gonna keep it open.
And it's a free museum?
No, nothing
Okay.
in life worth having is free.
That's right. Subscription only.
We charge a nominal fee to get in, man. You know what I'm saying? And there's also an escape room in there.
Oh shit,
There's
Oh.
an escape room, a trap-themed escape room.
Oh,
that's dope.
so you could get in there and get trapped, and you gotta actually hit a button to get out.
Nah, you gotta
Nah,
think
you
your
gotta-
way
Oh,
out.
you gotta think. Oh,
You
you
gotta
can't.
solve puzzles and.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
I went
you
to
gotta think
resource
your
room.
way
What if
out.
I can't solve these puzzles? Like, and what happens to me? I just gotta stay there.
You get busted.
I get busted. Oh
Nah,
shit.
it's a situation. You said you are setting in, you put in an environment, and there's a situation that is created, a set of circumstances that is created,
Right.
and you got to think your way through it. And if not, prison is the likely outcome.
Wow. That is hard.
That's dope.
That is hard.
Yeah. So whenever y'all out in Atlanta, man, you know
Yes,
we can do a drink champs at
Yeah,
the
we
Trap Museum.
Yeah,
want
we
to
gotta
come
do
to
that.
Atlanta. We wanted to come to your restaurant at one point.
Man, I shut that motherfucker down.
You shut it down?
Hell yeah.
Wow, what happened?
I was losing money coming and going.
Oh, okay, damn. Restaurant is really like that?
I'm gonna just tell you the truth, man. Motherfucker still.
Oh, okay, damn.
Motherfucker still.
Damn. Damn. And you also led the
It was nice while it was up. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? It was good food, great
Right.
environment. I designed it, created a phenomenal ambiance, but
Right.
I wasn't there watching all the money going out the back door.
Now, is
And the
Houston
front
still
door.
on our bad list, or
Yes.
they got back?
Yeah.
Because I thought at one point you
Still bad.
They
It's
still
still
bad?
bad.
Is
It's
it
still
just in Atlanta or it's all over?
I would say you have to affect, you know,
You know they shitted on Fat Joe and Roof Chris in
That's
North
what-
Carolina.
what? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know
they
that.
kicked him out.
Why?
And they didn't
What
know who he
happened?
was. He had on a sweatsuit, but it was
Right.
Da Vinci.
Right.
But it was nonetheless a sweatsuit.
Understood.
and they kicked him out.
That's the same thing that I had a conversation with Houston's about.
Wow.
Like you can't
Now,
can't
Houston's
call
the
this
thing
Jim
is the
Crow.
Hailstone?
Hailstone group,
continued.
yeah.
Okay, and you had a meeting with
I
them.
mean, the thing is, we did a lot of work in good faith on coming together and working on their diversity program, and we even placed someone to instruct them on how to improve their diversity, and I was supposed to oversee the diversity program, and there was another situation that happened. And they never contacted me. I found out through the news, which to me felt it kind of compromised the integrity of our relationship and all the work we'd been doing in good faith, and I just didn't feel they were genuine and sincere at that point about progression.
When are we gonna have our own? Like when is there gonna be a Black Houston's? When is there gonna be a?
I mean, we have things now. And we don't necessarily have to support only Black
Us,
stuff.
exactly.
We just have to support people that
fuck with
respect
us.
us and
Right.
value us, you know? And there's enough diversity and inclusion in the business, in whatever business that you're thinking about, to where you don't have to just spend your money one place.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For
Right.
every Waffle House, there's an IHOP.
Right.
For every H&M, there's a Zara.
Right.
You know what I mean? For every Adidas, there's a Nike. You know what I mean? Or for every New Balance, there's a Nike. You know, like you don't have to spend your money one place. That's your power. Deciding where you part ways with the funds that come from your blood, sweat, and tears when you get up out the bed early, go to work, when you get paid, where you put that money, that's your power.
Right.
You know what I mean?
If we really got together as a hip hop community, and
we the strongest consumer base in the nation.
Yes.
Period.
Yeah.
We
Maybe in the
move more money than anyone. Don't get it fucked up. We sell sneakers, we sell music, we sell movies, we sell clothes, we sell cars, we sell technology.
Ideas.
We definitely sell
Champagne.
sex. We sell champagne, we sell vodka, we sell cognac.
Jewelry.
We sell jewelry. We sell every motherfucking thing and we own nothing.
What happens if we do? What happens if T.I. steps up and says, I'm not drinking nothing no more unless someone I know owns it. I'm not wearing nothing no more unless someone I own it. What happens if you lead the way and then I follow and then everyone follow? What would be in a perfect world?
I think first.
In a perfect world.
I think first. Rather than saying I'm only, I mean, you know, you and me, we got relationship with Puff. So we drink Ciroc.
Yep.
You know what I mean? We got relationship with Jay. We
Yep.
drink Ace of Spades
Yes, we
and
do.
Douce.
Yes,
we got
do.
relationship
Ace of
with
Spades a little too
Ross.
expensive for me. I'll stay on.
We got relationship with Ross. We drink Bel Air.
Yeah, we drink Bel Air. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, we go to line ourselves with, you know, the people who present products that we can support.
Right.
Now, the most important thing to me, in addition to aligning ourselves with our brothers, is identifying, though, the same way we called out Chris Style. That's how Ace of Spades came to be.
Yep.
Because we called out Chris Style, they were respecting us.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And Jay said, okay, well, fuck y'all.
I'll go get my own.
I'm gonna go get my own.
Yep.
And that's how Ace of Spades was born.
Correct.
But if there was no identification of the disrespect,
Yes.
then Ace of Spades probably, you know what I'm saying? He probably stood. If Chris Style would have welcomed him with open arms, he probably would be fucking with Chris Style.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I think we gotta identify those brands that don't respect us and choose alternatives.
Right.
And when they see how their profit margins are affected on a quarterly basis.
Right. But
when,
what
when,
would
when
happen?
when the African American dollar is no longer there to pad your numbers,
Right.
you don't get your quarterly bonus.
Right. But what would happen if we were really like tight, like we were really all of us together, and we say,
Hey,
February
man.
is A cool. Everybody only wearing A cool. Your clothing line.
I
right?
like that, but let's make it March. February the short month.
Okay. My bad.
Yeah, I mean, I do like that idea. You owe me something.
Okay.
Let's
And
just
we really
amend
do
it a
that.
little bit.
And we really, okay. Remember like January got 31,
Oh, I
right?
love it. I love
it. And we was to just do that, like, and then like
I
every
think
month,
that'd
like,
be dope.
you know, Cypress Hills, there's Cypress Hills Tequila Day or whatever.
think that's dope.
And everybody just go out. Like, we would really show the marketing place, because the thing about it is we are organized without being organized. This is what's organized with us. If a petite come out, for some reason, everyone is gonna find a way to have a petite.
Never bought one.
I mean, neither. I'm just saying. But you know what I'm trying to say. Like,
When everybody going right, I usually go left.
no, you understand what I'm saying? What I'm saying is
I
our
do
culture.
understand that we move the culture and
Yes,
we
that's what I
drive. That's what you call buying power. You know what I'm saying?
Buying power?
Buying power.
Okay.
When you can motivate or direct a certain amount of people to go buy something. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that's buying power.
Right.
So I think that we have to find a way, because we have the most influential consumer base
Yeah.
in the world.
Right.
All we got to do is direct it accordingly. We
Right.
just we've been directing each other to bullshit.
Right.
We've been telling each other to buy the protect.
Right. Exactly.
We've been telling each other to
Right.
go, you know, to go buy this shit, and you know,
Now, what if you really came out with a jewelry line, right? It would be so hard to move
I
it
don't
to
want
us.
to deal with niggas, man.
No, I'm
Paying
just
for
saying.
no
Listen,
jewelry.
let's be clear.
You know how hard it is to get a nigga to pay you for some jewelry?
I know, but in retrospect, in like all actuality, it should be that. And what I mean hip hop. I don't mean race.
I feel that.
I mean,
I
somebody.
feel that.
If you hip hop,
I know some hip hop jewelers. I know a few hip hop jewelers. I do.
Yeah.
But how I feel, man, you know what I'm saying? If I am a customer and I have a certain buying power, you dig what I'm saying?
Right.
And you putting your jewelry on me is just as beneficial for you as it is for me, then you're gonna have to accredit me some consideration. You dig?
Right.
You ain't got to necessarily cut me no check. I ain't on no mob shit. This ain't no extortion. However, full price is a fool's price.
Yeah, exactly.
You understand
That
me?
is real.
I'd be damned if I pay the same thing for a watch that Joe Schmo paid who come in here. You ain't asking him to put you up on his Instagram. You don't get nothing from that. If his $50,000 for a watch is $50,000, then I think I should get it for $30,000.
Yeah, definitely.
That I can give it to you
28,
over
I'm
time.
from New York. You know, I talk fast. So 28, 28. I'm from
I'm
New
gonna
York.
tell him 30 because for that extra 2,000, he gonna take 10 now, and I'm gonna break them down that 20 later on over time. You
Got
get
that
what I'm
mix. This
saying?
is Louis V.I. being the hustler, goddamn.
But I'm gonna pay him. That's the important thing.
So, I know your answer to this because I listened to the album and I listened to it 3, 4, maybe 5 times.
Well,
I listened to it 3 times, like normally, because I'm like, damn. Then I listened to it 2 more. Then I came here and listened to it more.
Man, thank you.
And
Thank you.
I know this answer already, but I gotta ask it.
What's up?
Do you ever get tired of the game? I knew.
Nah, man. I mean, I
I
get
knew
tired
you-
of
I
the
knew you-
shit that come with the game, but I ain't tired of the game.
Damn, that's the best answer ever.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the best answer. You gotta be a mayor or something.
No.
You gotta be the mayor or
No,
something.
I'm in
be
the
honest.
I'm in the for-profit business, sir.
I'm gonna be honest. You gotta be the mayor
No political
of the
ambitions.
Black Rifle Society.
I'm in the for-profit business.
Like,
I had no political
Yeah.
ambition at all, man. I mean, I would love to affect politics in a positive way by supporting the people who I know are the most qualified for the position. Celebrities dying to be in political positions is what got us what we have in office right now.
Yeah.
We need people who are right now legit in 3rd grade thinking about how to change.
I think the last time he
world.
came, he said Oprah. I
Yeah,
think the last time
I
we
think
gonna go with Oprah.
That was before the presidential election?
First of all,
Yeah.
I'm on the anything but Agent Orange
Right. Clown
campaign.
college.
Well, who- Oprah-
Anything,
Oprah and who else? Who's Oprah and who else?
man. You
Who-
know
who
what?
else?
Since then, though, listen.
Did we see Dave
since
Chappelle and Will
then-
Smith? I kind of took them serious.
You
Listen,
took
man.
Kanye serious too.
No, Dave
Listen,
Chappelle
let me
and
tell you
Will
something.
Smith.
Look, man. If they actually run, I'm voting for them.
Dave Chappelle
But
and Will Smith.
I mean, yes, why not? But
I would vote for him.
I'm voting for anybody but him.
Right,
It's to the point now where we can't do any worse.
right.
It's anybody but him.
right.
Do you realize how great George Bush is looking
He
right
does.
now?
He does. Nah, straight up. Straight
You know
up.
what I'm saying?
He look like a saint compared to him.
He the homie now.
Yeah. You love seeing him next to
George
Obama.
Bush
and
come
everything.
save
Yeah,
us.
I ain't gonna lie.
He cool
George
as
Bush,
hell.
I'll be like, yo, you the homie. What's going on?
Oh, where's George Bush when we need him?
In a heartbeat, we take him.
Hey, look,
He
man.
went from he don't like black people to. I'm not sure. He alright.
Hey, man, he ain't that bad.
That's what you don't know.
But that's what I'm trying to say, though, man. Like, man, really, man, we need people who legit are dedicating their lives to service. You understand? Like us, we so self-gratuitous. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry, T. I don't know what that means. What was that? Gratuitous?
That-
I gotta. You can teach me a
gratuitous.
word every time.
That mean we want to please ourselves.
Okay, but how you
Fancy
say it?
selfish.
Self-gratuitous.
Gratuitous. Please.
Gratuitous.
Twin, write that down.
Self-gratuitous.
Gratuitous. Don't worry, write that down. Gratuitous. Don't got it. We're gonna rewind the tape. Go ahead, continue. Continue, my nigga. Go
We
ahead.
so self-gratuitous. Like, you know, we putting ourselves first in everything. And that's the way we live our lives. Everything we do is about what I get out of that.
Right.
You know, well, what's in it for me. That's how we was wired
Right.
coming up.
Right.
In order to be the president, you gotta put the people first.
You gotta be selfless.
You know what I'm saying? So even if my company lose money, I gotta do the right thing. Really, I ain't supposed to have a company. That's another thing. You can't have a company. You can't be an entrepreneur if you're the president
Why is that? I never knew that.
because it's not fair.
Like, he's thinking
Because
about
if you
his
say you
company
can
and how
call
it's gonna
shots,
be
that would
affects.
be it's called conflict of interest.
Yeah.
It said that you would be able to call shots that would benefit your company over all the other companies that consist of the people.
Oh, so he
you
been
put yourself
gangstering it
above
for
the
the day.
people. Man,
He walked in
listen,
and said,
John
"Fuck that
Gotti
shit."
is the president.
Oh my God.
You dig what I'm saying?
I never knew that.
A goof ass John Gotti
A goofy one.
with bad suits.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like that's the honest to God truth about it. I'd rather put my influence and my support behind someone who has dedicated their lives to service and who is not as selfish and as self-gratuitous as I am, and put them in position where they could be in office and they could do the right thing, man, for the greater good of all.
Anybody that comes to mind? Anybody you looking at?
Well, I mean, man, for the midterm, man, I'm going with, I'm supporting Andrew Gillum for Florida.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He is in the Breakfast Club.
And it's very important that you guys recognize the Amendment 4 needs to be, you know what I'm saying? Like that, the Amendment 4 is, Florida is one of the only states where if you get hit with a felony, even after you serve your term, you still can't vote.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, I'm a felon, but I'm from Georgia. In Georgia, after you done with your probation or your sentence, and you can reinstate. And you dig? So if you get a felony as a 21-year-old at 50 in Florida, you still can't vote.
Wow.
You dig what I'm saying?
Damn,
So
I still can't vote out here.
So the Amendment 4 is to to reinstate felons' right to vote. And in Georgia, I'm going with Stacey Abrams. You know what I mean?
See, I don't know you don't want to be in politics, but you see things like this where you just pointing out to people. I think
I
that's
can do that.
Yeah,
I can come to Drink Champs whenever you want me to, and I can explain to y'all all the shit you don't understand.
What? I think that
but I do not want to be the motherfucking mayor or the governor or the president.
You know what? Yeah.
No,
you know
thank
what?
you.
I think that's dope. I think every like,
do you know how much the president makes a year?
But under the table, that nigga's doing.
Nah.
He like Drink Champs.
You go to jail for that. You go to jail for that.
That nigga ain't going to jail for shit.
I don't want to have to go to jail for making money.
You saying you? I'm talking about him.
Listen, man. Any money you make outside of your salary as the president that they don't know about, if you make legitimate money, it could be something that's legitimate. That it ain't got nothing to do with no drugs or nothing, but just because you the president,
legitimate
you got to agree to not accepting no more money.
Yeah.
I can't agree to not accepting no more money.
But how about as the governor or mayor?
No, I can't do it because you still got to agree. Like, the people pay you. You work for the people. You work on a fixed income.
So you can't do that walkthrough at Magic City
on Thursday night. Man, I can't hop out no Maybach.
On Thursday night.
I can't do my thing being, and I'm.
Well, we're gonna endorse the people that we think.
That's what we're gonna do.
That's what we're gonna do.
We're gonna put our influence and support behind the people. And I got some strange things going on, man. It's gonna be
a piece of change?
There's gonna be some titties on the Resolute desk in the White House.
God damn it, T.I. Keep going, T.I.
I'm just telling you.
End it out, T.I.
That's why I can't be the president.
God damn it.
Because the things that would be going on in the Oval Office, they would scare and shock the nation.
God damn it, you getting us hyped, T.I. You getting us hyped.
I'm letting you know.
Listen,
don't put me in there.
I'm gonna be honest, this was gonna happen. You ever seen the movie
Don't put me in there. I'm gonna be doing everything y'all imagine Barack and Michelle doing. I'm gonna be doing it.
No, they were.
I'm talking about at the nation's address. You hear me?
They were cool black people. We need one.
I'm gonna come out there on the road.
We need one nigga president.
I'm coming out there on the road. You dig what I'm saying? Hold my drink.
Rolls.
Hey, listen, y'all. I'm gonna handle that shit tomorrow. I got a bunch of shit going on back here. Look, man. If y'all knew what was going on in here, give me a date, all right? Give me a date. Matter of fact, make it 2. I'm gonna have to rest up. I'm telling you, bro, you don't want me, that ain't, but I will impart.
But we will, because as our people.
I will impart whatever insight I can. I will, do whatever I can to promote and, I guess direct the vote to where I feel it would be best represented, but I ain't interested. I'm in the for-profit business.
All right, God damn it. Listen, man, Dime Trap, motherfucking outright motherfucking now. Let's make some noise for the fucking king of the motherfucking South, motherfucking king of the trap. God stayed here. We're gonna take some pictures. We're gonna have some fun. Thank you for being here. And by the way, when you hear 3 times, you're officially a drink champ. You're officially a drink champ now. God damn it. God damn it. You're officially a drink champ. God damn it. And thank you so much. Come on, let's take a picture. Let's do it, man. Good looking. Good looking.
Hold up, you know what? Wait a minute. I want to talk about one more.
Okay, one more. Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah, please. Because it was rushing us. But go ahead, please. This coming out next week.
Okay.
Everybody.
You know, this album is extremely important to me, and we paid a lot of attention to detail.
Yes, you did.
I challenged myself lyrically, musically, consciously, to present the best, most honest, most genuine piece of art that I could. But this is the first album. I think it's my best album. But this is the first time.
I didn't want to say that.
I think it's my best album.
It's your most mature album. Like,
I appreciate that.
You grew with the time. Like, you know, you could have OD'd on talking about, you know, crazy shit, and it was just like, I know that what you were saying was up. I'm sorry, but like,
no.
It's your 444. Like how, you know, like
okay.
Like, you know how Jay like
333.
Yeah, there you go. You're 10-10-10.
10-10-10. You dig what I'm saying?
Because, you know, if Jay would have kept talking about, like, he talked about drugs, he talked about his past, but if he would have saying, like, I'm moving it now still, we would have been like, come on, Jay, you can't be moving that. And it's similar to what you did. It's like, you reflecting on your past, and you're saying the things, and that's why I've enjoyed this, like, so much, because I've heard every other of your albums.
Right.
I've been a part of them in a certain way,
Sure,
but I've been seeing Pharrell working on your records in the joint. So for me seeing this is like,
man, that's why I want to get on a Nori album though.
I would love that. I
want to get on a Nori.
We never did a record together, right?
Man, I want to do a Nori Pharrell record.
Oh yeah,
I want to do one of them. You bring the best. You had a best fucking Pharrell.
Come on, don't do that. Don't do that, T.I. Listen, nigga, I'm calling Pharrell right now.
Skip me with a good time. Skip me with a good time.
Don't do it, T.I. He's already on the phone, Pharrell. The hook and the beat, and that's it. We bug out.
Turning way up.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna do me and Pharrell a 5-song EP, and just, you know, that.
How about me, you, and Pharrell a 5-song EP?
Oh fuck, goddamn T.I. We just made $1 million here, goddamn it. Let's make some noise for a couple.
I'm gonna need y'all to clap louder because we made 5.
Yeah, 5 million. No, but all jokes aside, yo, seriously, man, I'm so proud of you as a peer, as a person that's a
man,
boss.
as an OG, bro.
Yes,
like,
as
you
an
my
OG,
big bro, man.
Yes,
you know what I mean? I came in this shit,
Yep.
man, rocking to y'all.
Yep.
Y'all, Mobb Deep, Nas, and you know, the whole Queen movement. I used to spend my summers up in New York.
I
So
remember you said that.
You know, 94, 95, I was, you know,
He was
I
in
was
Harlem,
around.
right?
I was
Harlem,
around. Yeah. And I know how strong the movement was before it became nationwide.
Right.
I was kind of a part of the motherfuckers who witnessed that shit before it actually caught on to the rest of the world. I was trafficking culture back and forth from New York to Atlanta and Atlanta to New York before the internet. Before the internet, I was how motherfuckers in New York learned about Outkast, UGK, Goody Mob, Kilo Ali. Like, that was me, you know what I'm saying? I did that.
Well,
and I was the motherfucker who introduced motherfuckers in Atlanta
Let me continue bigging you up. You know why, T.I.? Because you played the game, so you know what? Because I feel like you bigging up New York, and that's not this episode. This episode is about you. And this episode, because you know why?
New York is also a part of me, though.
Your hood is the craziest shit because they shit is called Bankhead. Like, you would think Bankhead is rich.
Yeah. Nah, why would you think that?
Because it says bank, nigga.
The word bank.
You never thought of that, as smart as you are? Come on, nigga, you thought of that. Bankhead, and then Buckhead is the rich part.
I think, but I be thinking some nigga gonna bank your ass in the head. No, you ain't gonna get banked in the head, man. Fuck around.
Nah, but yo, you coming from where you coming from, you playing the game, doing this honorably. I've never seen you, I'm talking about, I've been in this game 20 to 21 years. I've never seen you do no crap shit. I've never seen you play the game unfair. I never seen you forfeit. I seen you stand there and stand like a man. And as a person that's another fellow man, I want to salute you. I want to stand tall for you, and I want to say congratulations and continue to do what you're doing. And you constantly putting your people on. I love that about you.
Right on. Shout to Travis Scott, man, who has arguably the album of the year this year.
That's
you know
right,
what I'm saying?
that's your artist.
Shout to Travis
I
Scott.
totally forgot, Travis. He flossed on us just now. Holy moly, I totally forgot. I totally forgot you CEO of the year. I totally forgot that part.
Shout to Travis Scott.
Holy shit, that is right. Now we gotta get up out of here after this, but how did you discover, because he was on Atlantic with you, or is he still on Atlantic?
Nah, not at all.
Okay.
B.O.B. signed to Atlantic.
That was B.O.B. I got it confused.
B.O.B.
They was both
signed to
weirdos, you
Atlantic.
understand? Go ahead. You know, like weird people, not weirdos, but you
I
know,
mean,
like weird, you know, out of this world.
Extremely
Artistic.
different.
Extremely
Yeah,
different, that's what I mean.
Extremely different.
So how did you, Travis?
I mean, man, I found Travis on the internet, bruh. I mean, I was just getting.
Not on MySpace. Okay.
YouTube. I
Okay.
was just getting home from prison, and I was really like searching and looking to find, like how to reshape the team.
You're gonna have all niggas in your DMs right now.
You
You say this,
dig?
continue your statement.
No, I said I was just getting out of prison.
And you found him, he DM'd you or?
Nah,
Put it on
just
YouTube.
I saw his videos. I called them. I said something. Well, actually, I think DJ MLK found him for me.
He's not from Atlanta, he from Houston.
Yeah, he from Houston.
Okay.
But you know, he had a
Or
crazy cult following. They found him and Iggy at the same time. Yeah. Yeah.
Forgot about Iggy.
Yeah. Well, you know.
That's a wrap.
What do you do? Tokyo Jets, however, is on tour with Kevin Gates.
That's
and
what's up.
she's
That's-
one
that's-
of the
that's-
dopest MCs
I
you'll
love- I
ever
love-
meet.
Did you see
and
his-
I ain't
did you
talking
see
about
his-
dopest female MC. She one of the dopest MCs, and I can attest to the fact that she writes all her own shit
That's hard.
faster than a nigga do.
That's hard. I love the audible he
Tough.
pulled. That was a quarter. That was an audible.
His
Yeah, and I ain't
his
gonna
pivot
lie.
was
I
good.
ain't gonna lie. Before we get, but you be killing first take too. But the Falcons is not doing
Man,
good this
nah,
year.
nah,
huh?
nah, nah, they
It's
suck.
not. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, listen, the team is great. Their record sucks.
Who
But
you
know
think
what
gonna
I'm
win
saying?
the Super Bowl?
Man,
Before we get
Falcons.
Falcon.
We can pull it out. The New York Giants did a lot more with a lot less.
That's true. That is
You
true.
dig?
That is true. But
We
my
can pull it
team is
out.
the Jets, so I'm gonna be quiet
The
over here.
Steelers too. The
I'm gonna
Steelers
be
too.
quiet over here.
The Steelers
But
have
the
had
Chiefs is
horrible
looking tough.
seasons.
Chiefs and the Rams are looking tough though.
Chiefs and the Rams are looking tough.
They are looking
They
tough.
are looking tough. Yeah, yeah. I mean,
I'm not from New York. I don't want to
the
vote for
Bears
either one of them
don't.
niggas.
The Bears don't look bad either.
Bears don't. Nah, they don't look
They
that
don't look
bad.
bad, you know.
They don't look that bad.
A lot of these motherfuckers be goddamn willing. A lot of these, they have such a strong cult fan following
Right.
that they will the team to win. And in Atlanta, there's so much shit going on, man. Y'all ain't winning. They ain't winning by halftime. I'm going on, man. I'm finna this day party. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I
So-
seen the Raiders fans the other day we landed, and all the Raiders
I saw
fans
you
was
post
there.
that.
Yo, I never seen that before. I was like, yo, so what y'all do? They said, oh, no, we just come to watch the game, and I'm like, y'all don't go to a club? They're like, no.
Where they go?
And they just go and they just come to the city to, like, this is a real tailgaters. Like this,
Damn.
like football is fucking like a cult following for real.
Yeah,
like they'll die with you. Like if you want to say you're going,
They pretend they will.
maybe, but I ain't gonna lie, I believed them that night.
You did.
That night.
They had their faces
They had
painted,
they-
didn't they?
I don't, in my mind, they had their faces painted. But T.I., man, once again, man.
But what I was trying to tell you before you interrupted
Okay,
me,
no
we
problem.
got into this other
Okay,
tangent.
sorry.
You know what I'm saying? I want to, you know what I mean? I want to, you know, stay focused and consolidate.
focused. That's what I'm
I
talking
want to
about.
consolidate our attention to the fact that this is the first album that I have a favorite song.
I need to know that favorite song. Is it with Anderson .Peak?
That is a great song,
That is a great song.
but not the favorite.
It's not the favorite.
But Anderson
Do I
.Paak,
get
man,
two choices? Do I
that's
get
my
two
little-
tries?
That's my little brother, and I love him. I feel like he's one of the most phenomenal talents we have of the next generation.
Do I get two tries or you just want to throw it
Yeah,
out
go
there?
ahead, man. You can
Okay.
try it again.
Laugh at him.
Laugh at him, man. You know, that puts a smile on my face.
That's
that
what
is-
Dave Chappelle. That's what Dave Chappelle. He on the beginning of that. He said,
Hey,
"That's
listen.
that dirty right
Hey,
there."
look,
Like,
it's a true, I mean, it's a true testament to lyricism and tenacious MCing.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
You said the secretary.
But that's not.
Get the word from the secretary.
Yeah. They're not the favorite.
I gave up now.
Okay, so my favorite is Light Day.
said that earlier.
And you know why? My son produced it.
That's dope.
Light day.
My son Messiah produced it.
And you was like, that's a light day. You was talking some big Willie shit, but that's a light day. And your son produced it.
My son produced it.
Wow, which son? The
Messiah,
oldest?
my oldest son.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Damn,
The one you would least
you gonna
expect
have my son
to be,
producing some shit right
the one
now.
you would least expect to be involved or participating in the business. Huh? Thank you, bro. Love.
So you gotta give me this. You
But
gotta
yeah,
give me this.
that's my favorite record, man. And
my
I
son
feel
just
like,
told me he started doing music, right?
excellent.
I denied the shit out of him. I said, you gotta relax, nigga.
No. You know what you do? When your
That
son,
was the wrong move to y'all?
all of us that are in this position to have our own kind of esteem or acclaim or our own persona in music, our own legacy. When our children tell us that they're doing it, we should say, oh yeah? Okay. And walk off.
But I feel like I'm a boxer. Like, I don't want my kids boxing. I feel like I'm half a boxer, half a stripper. First
of all.
No, because when we performing, it's the same shit.
First of all.
I'm sorry, I went too far. I went too far.
First of all, let me see your contract next time before you sign it. I want to see. I want to look that over
before
you.
It's the same moves. I'm just
What strip club you going?
I'm playing.
The reason why I feel like we should kind of like just acknowledge it, but not acknowledge it, is to see how serious they are about it.
So how did your son come to you with the beat? He had the beat already, or?
Man, first of all, he asked me to get a piece of equipment of mine fixed a long time ago. He just asked me to get it fixed. And I was like, okay, cool. I gave him the number to my engineer. And my engineer got it fixed for him. I never thought back about it. Then he said, let me hold $500. I said, why?
That's how they do it.
He said, I almost got enough to buy this beat machine. It's a machine. It's a beat machine called The Machine. And he said, I almost got enough to buy this beat machine. I need about 500 more. Then he said, I need 500 more so he could put a brush on it. That's what he said.
Brush on it.
Yeah.
Okay. He already had the order.
So I gave it to him. You know what I'm saying? And then maybe 3-4 months later, he started sending me beats. And when I heard it, I was like, who did this? Where you get this from? He said, I did it. I said, no, you didn't. Send me another one. And he sent me another one. And he kept sending them to me.
T.I. is not only one of the greatest MCs, he's not only the king trap god, he's not only the king of the South, but he's one of the greatest fathers in the motherfucking existence. That's a beautiful story.